Hello everyone. I'm CA Pooja Shah, and on behalf of JK Shah Classes, I extend a warm welcome to all of you. Some of you might be viewing this webinar along with your parents. So parents, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedules and viewing this. Students, as you are aware, this year, this SYJC year is a very crucial year for you. In a way, it is a turning point of sorts in your life. Don't believe me? You can go and ask about the significance of 12th boards, the impact of 12th boards in your lives, in your careers, to any student studying in CBSE or ISC board this year and had their exams in March. As you and I both are aware, इनके कुछ पेपर्स कैंसिल हो गए थे और अब उन पेपर्स के मार्क्स उनके उस पे डिपेंडेंट होंगे जो जो उन्होंने प्रीलिम लिखे थे अपने स्कूल्स में, अपने कॉलेजेस में. Which means जो भी papers were cancelled, those papers will be marked based on their performance in their prelims and school internals. Students, let me tell you, everyone across the country who was affected by this decision felt the pinch. Why? They regretted not having taken these exams seriously. उनको लगा मैंने अगर थोड़ी और मेहनत कर ली होती, मैंने अगर एडवांस में इसका प्रिपरेशन कर लिया होता, मैंने अगर वो प्रीलिम उस तरह लिखा होता जैसे मैं अपना बोर्ड एग्जाम लिखना चाहता था, तो आज मेरा रिजल्ट कुछ और होता. If I was only well prepared in time, I could have had a better result. If you think 12th exams don't have an impact in your lives, don't have an impact on your careers, प्लीज गो एंड टॉक टू दीज स्टूडेंट्स कि आपको इतना फर्क क्यों पड़ रहा है आपके 12th के मार्कशीट का. It does have an impact, students. It does. Now, why are we talking about this? Let me correlate this with you, with your exams. I understand we are not meeting face to face. थोड़ा सा आप में complacency आ गया है. And how do I know this? Our branch admins, our teachers are in touch with you. They are asking you whether you are viewing the lectures, whether you are studying well, and so on. We had also conducted some parent-teacher meetings, and we found out that somehow, for some reason, you are not as serious about these exams as you should be. आज अगर कोई वीडियो लेक्चर देखना था, आप नहीं देख पाए फॉर सम रीजन, तो वो एक एटीट्यूड आ गया है कि ठीक है, हो जाएगा. अगर कोई होमवर्क दिया है या कोई टेस्ट लिखने बोली है और आप वो नहीं लिख पाए, तो वो एक एटीट्यूड आ गया है कि मेरे पास टाइम है, वो हो जाएगा. तो ये जो एक कंप्लेसेंसी हम में आ गई है ना, दैट ठीक है, टाइम है मेरे पास, हो जाएगा, इस कंप्लेसेंसी से हमें बाहर आना है. We need to come out of this complacency and we need to take charge of our SYJC year, such a crucial year in our lives, and in turn of our careers as well. In today's webinar, we are going to address two things. We are going to first understand the importance of SYJC, the importance of this board exam in your life. And second, once we understand why is it important, we'll understand how do you need to study. There are some questions in your mind, there are some queries that you have, some hurdles which you are not able to overcome on your own. Nothing to worry students, आज का वेबिनार इसी के लिए रखा गया है कि हम इन दोनों चीजों को एक साथ एड्रेस करें. एंड अगर आप में थोड़ी भी कंप्लेसेंसी आ गई हो, तो हम चार्ज ले अपने करियर का और हमारी तैयारी इस तरह से करें कि से बाय दिसंबर और लेटेस्ट बाय मिड जैन हमारी तैयारी ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि वी आर इन अ पोजीशन टू से हमारे बोर्ड्स कभी भी आप रख दो, हम तैयार है उस पेपर के लिए और मेरे मार्क्स में एक भी मार्क का फर्क नहीं आएगा आपने कभी भी बोर्ड एग्जाम लिया तो. With this, students, I will like to introduce all our speakers for today who are going to address these topics. First up, we have our CEO, Mr. Ashish Shah, who's himself a chartered accountant, a rank holder at all 3 levels. Thank you so much, Ashish sir. Next, we have Chetan Patil sir, who is in charge of our college section, himself also a chartered accountant. Thank you so much, sir. Along with that, जैसा कि मैं कह रही थी, हम कुछ questions लेने वाले हैं कि आपके mind में कुछ questions हो सकते हैं, कुछ comments हो सकते हैं, and we are going to address them. So for that, we have some guest speakers on the screen. First up, we have Ajay Nayak. Ajay had scored 95.69% in his 12th board exam last year, that is in Feb 2019. He was second in Mumbai. Congratulations, Ajay.
Thank you, ma'am.
He is also a rank holder at CA Foundation November 19 attempt. He had scored All India 22nd rank. Once again, congratulations, Ajay. You are an inspiration to all students viewing this webinar.
Thank you, ma'am.
Apart from him, we have Isha Deliwala, also a rank holder. She had secured 6th All India rank at CA Foundation November 19. Congratulations, Isha. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, we have Divya Bhojwani, also a CA Foundation rank holder. She secured All India 31st rank. Congratulations, Divya, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And lastly, we have Urvana Devan, also a rank holder at CA Foundation. She secured 46th rank All India. And congratulations, Urvana. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, ma'am.
So let us begin. We will first start with Chetan Patil sir addressing us about the significance of 12th boards. Sir, up to you.
Thanks a lot, Pooja ma'am. We started this seminar with very important subject, that what is the importance of 12th standard board exam. Many students normally argue with me whenever I conduct so many seminars. बहुत बार students और parents ये question पूछते हैं कि what is the importance of 12th standard board exam. We know the importance of 10th standard board exam because after your 10th standard, first of all, you take the decision about your next course, whether you wish to go for commerce, science, or arts. Secondly, your 10th standard percentage also decides in which college you will get the admission. So many things are based on that. So from that point of view, 10th standard board exam is very, very important. But what about 12th? Anyhow, after passing your 12th standard exam, irrespective of your percentage, you can do graduation from any stream, whether it is BCom, BMS, BAF, BBI, or anything. Secondly, even if you are planning entrance, any professional examination, then all the professional examinations have their own separate entrance exam. So you are supposed to give that entrance exam. So again, 12th standard percentage are not important. So what is the importance of 12th standard board exam? Why it is necessary that we should put maximum efforts and energy, same as what you put when you are in 10th standard? See, there are two important reasons why 12th standard board exam is important. First, are you going to maintain your class? Now, what do you mean by class? When you pass your 10th standard board exam, you prove to the world and to yourself that how much percentage you got. You belong to which category? Above 90%, you score distinction, you score first class, you score second class. If you are already a good student who has already proved that you are the student of higher class, then it is very important for you to maintain that class. For example, if you have scored 90% in 10th standard exam, and if you score anything lesser than 90% in 12th standard exam, then you are compromising with your class. In fact, you are reducing your class. So this is very important that first of all, you should maintain your class. Second very important thing is, if you scored lesser percentage in 10th standard board exam due to any reason, now there is a time to improve your class. For example, I have scored 70% in 10th standard. So now I have an opportunity to do maximum hard work, get maximum percentage, and improve my class. So this is very important thing which you need to understand for your 12th standard board exam. Secondly, whenever you think about commerce, you have taken admission in the commerce stream and you're planning about your future. First thing you need to understand that by coming into commerce, you have taken most important wrong decision of your life, because there is no future in commerce. Eventually you end up with the qualifications like graduation, which has no meaning. But as we know that we always say that don't take right decision, take decision and then prove that whatever decision you have taken, that decision is right. Now by coming into commerce, you have taken the wrong decision. Now time has come to prove that you have taken correct decision. How you can do it? After 12th standard, by doing professional qualifications, you can prove to the world that you have taken the right decisions. But for doing those professional qualifications, what is very important requirement? Normally student or parents feel that they should be intelligent, they should be ready to do hard work and XYZ reasons. But no, only one important thing is required for pursuing professional qualifications, and that requirement is your confidence. If you have the confidence that yes, I can do it, then certainly you can do it. And from where you will gain that confidence? You will they gain that confidence from your 12th standard mark sheet. If compared to your 10th standard, you score more percentage in 12th standard, then automatically you will get that confidence, and that confidence will help you to pursue any professional qualifications very easily. So remember these two important points always in your mind and give your maximum so that you can do maximum in coming 12 board exam. Thanks a lot. And thanks a lot, Pooja ma'am, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Chetan sir. Ashish sir, do you have some words to add?
Yes, certainly, yes. And taking further the note of Chetan Patil sir. Yes, friends, good afternoon, everyone, and good to see all of you. Even your parents are present in front of us for the webinar. Everybody says, I mean, when you were in 11th, and everybody used to say that next year is going to be your board exam. So everybody says 12th is board exam, important year, very important year in somebody's career. But question arises, why do you think SYJC is an important year of your life? बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. सभी जन बोलते हैं, पापा बोलते हैं मेरा बेटा बोर्ड में है, भैया बोलता है मेरा भाई बोर्ड पे है, नेबर्स बोलते हैं मेरा बाजू वाला बोर्ड पे है, सभी जन बोलते हैं बोर्ड एग्जाम की बात है. लेकिन सबसे बड़ा सवाल ये आता है कि बोर्ड एग्जाम इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है? SYJC की बोर्ड एग्जाम क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है? इज इट इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इट इज जस्ट बोर्ड एग्जाम? क्या वो खाली बोर्ड एग्जाम है इसके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है? बिकॉज based on the percentage of your 12th, probably a couple of admissions may be lined up based on the percentage, or there is some other reason as well. Most of you, even the people around you, even neighbors, your parents, everybody would say 12th is important, SYJC is important because it's a board exam. And I would say that is not the actual reason. The actual reason is your preparation of SYJC, your preparation, your hard work of 12th is going to decide, it is going to define, it is going to create your future. Your future, how does it create your future? Please always understand one thing, that, yes, okay, let me take a small example. When did you start studying? When you were in first, from first to 10th, 1 से लेके 10th तक, SSC तक, every year there was no question in front of you. फर्स्ट पास किया, सेकंड में जाना है, सेकंड पास किया, थर्ड में जाना है, 9th पास किया, 10th में जाना है. अप टू 10th लाइफ वाज वेरी सिंपल. 1 year completed, went to the next year and so on and so forth. 10th पास हुआ, then 3 options opened up in front of us. First was science, arts and commerce. आपने कॉमर्स चूज किया, अगेन 2 साल कुछ सोचना नहीं है. 11th कॉमर्स, 12th कॉमर्स. नाउ 12th कॉमर्स. क्वेश्चन इज 12th के बाद क्या? 12th के बाद बहुत सारे ऑप्शन है. 10th के बाद सिर्फ 3 थे. SYJC के बाद बहुत सारे ऑप्शन है, एंड मोर देन द ऑप्शंस, इट इज द क्रिटिकलिटी ऑफ योर डिसीजन. व्हेन आई से क्रिटिकलिटी, व्हाट डज इट मीन? अगर आपने 12th के बाद एक राइट डिसीजन लिया, अगर आप एक राइट करियर पाथ में आगे बढ़ते हैं, एक राइट क्वालिफिकेशन को चेस करते हैं, certainly you are going to get a very rewarding and rich career in the time to come. However, mind well, however, अगर आप गलत रास्ते पे जाते हो, if you get misguided, if you take a wrong path, if you take a wrong career path, in that case there is no U-turn. आप वापस नहीं आ सकते हो, लेकिन वो करियर पाथ आपको कहीं पे भी नहीं लेके जा सकता. Okay, आपको मैं क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, a very simple question. Even each and every parent who is listening to this webinar would agree to this. When a child is in 12th, what is the biggest worry, what is the biggest question of the parents about his child? And let me tell you, the biggest question of a father, of parents, is when would my child become independent? When I say independent, mainly it talks about financial independence. Meaning, आपके पेरेंट्स चाहते हैं कि वो दिन कब आएगा जब आप अपने बलबूते पे खड़े हो जाएंगे, अच्छा खासा सैलरी कमाएंगे, करियर बनेगा, उसमें ग्रोथ मिलेगा, और आप इतने काबिल हो जाएंगे कि जो पेरेंट ने आज तक आपको सपोर्ट किया था, उनको आप सपोर्ट करना चालू करेंगे, और एट द सेम टाइम जब आपकी फैमिली बनेगी आप उनको भी अच्छी तरीके से, बहुत अच्छी तरीके से यू विल बी एबल टू टेक केयर ऑफ योर फैमिली एंड योर पेरेंट्स. नाउ एवरीवन नोज इन दिस टुडेज वर्ल्ड वेयर यू नो बहुत सारे खर्चे हैं, बहुत सारी महंगाई है, उसमें एक फैमिली चलाना इज नॉट एन इजी टास्क. एंड फर्दरमोर everybody would agree that if you just become a graduate, you even cannot take care of your own expenses. So the challenge in front of you is आपको financially independent बनना है, आपको एक करियर बनाना है जो करियर में आपको एक अच्छा रेम्यूनरेशन मिले और ग्रोथ मिले. और सबके सामने सबसे बड़ा ये चैलेंज है कि खाली ग्रेजुएशन, बीकॉम, बीएमएस, बीए, बैफ, बहुत सारे ग्रेजुएशन की डिग्री है, लेकिन उसमें कोई करियर नहीं बनता है. You do one thing, you ask your parents, पापा ये हमारा घर जो चलता है, हम फैमिली चलती है, महीने में कितना खर्चा होता है? What do you think is the monthly budget, monthly expenses of to run our family? You would be wondered to know that this amount cannot be less than 25 to 30 on a bare minimum side. Otherwise it's much more, but minimum it cannot be less than 25 to 30,000 rupees a month. And in particular month, if you get some medical or some unprecedented expenses, it shoots up like anything. And on the contrary, दूसरा क्वेश्चन पूछते हो कि अगर मैं खाली बीकॉम करता हूँ, अगर मैं खाली बैफ करता हूँ, 12th के बाद मैं बीबीए करता हूँ, तो मुझे कितना सैलरी मिलेगा? फ्रेंड्स, आई एम रियली सॉरी टू से दैट कोई भी ग्रेजुएशन डिग्री which starts with B, BCom, BAF, BCom, BAF, BMS, कोई भी डिग्री हो, उसमें you cannot expect more than 12 to 15,000 rupees a month, and that too, you cannot expect any, significant growth thereafter. So the point I'm trying to make is, in today's scenario, आज की कंडीशन में, आज की सिचुएशन में, आज की हालात में, आपके पास ऑप्शन नहीं है. आज से 20-25 साल पहले एक ग्रेजुएट बनना, बीकॉम करना was also as great as becoming CA today. 25 साल पहले एक बीकॉम की वैल्यू आज की तारीख में एक सीए की वैल्यू के बराबर थी. मीनिंग 20-25 साल पहले जिसने भी ग्रेजुएशन किया उनको वो टाइम पे अच्छी खासी जॉब मिल गई, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट दे आर एबल टू सस्टेन, दे आर एबल टू ग्रो. बट यू कैनॉट टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ देम, बिकॉज आज की तारीख में वो ही बीकॉम की कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. और आपके सामने द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक इज, आपके सामने कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. Becoming CA is not an option for you. It is not a luxury for you. Becoming CS or becoming CMA is not an option for you. It is not a luxury for you. आपको कंपल्सरी कुछ ना कुछ करना ही पड़ेगा. आज से 20 साल पहले या 10-15 साल पहले, इवन मैं जब CA बना 2007 में, वो टाइम पे भी CA बनना was a great task. मतलब if you become a CA, then people used to say, wow, what a great achievement, and that used to put you in a different category. बट आज की तारीख में सीए बनना मैं बोलूंगा एक नेसेसिटी बन चुका है. सीएस बनना एक नेसेसिटी बन चुका है. सीएमए बनना एक नेसेसिटी बन चुका है. फॉर दैट सेक कोई भी प्रोफेशनल डिग्री लेना इन एडिशन टू ग्रेजुएशन हैज बिकम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड फाउंडेशन ऑफ अ ब्राइटर फ्यूचर लाइज विथ योर SYJC फाउंडेशन, SYJC बेस. अगर आपने 12th का जो करिकुलम है, आपको अकाउंट्स, मैथ्स, इकोनॉमिक्स जो भी आता है, अगर आप अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन करते हो, यू आर कॉन्सेप्चुअली वेरी क्लियर, आपका बेस क्लियर है, अकाउंट्स में एनपीओ आता है, फाइनल अकाउंट आता है, वो सभी चीजें आपको आगे बहुत हेल्प करने वाली है. इकोनॉमिक्स पूरा आपको हेल्प करेगा, इकोनॉमिक्स मैथ्स भी पूरा हेल्प करेगा. तो ये जो करिकुलम आपका SYJC का है, डोंट ट्रीट दिस करिकुलम एज समथिंग व्हिच कैन गिव यू मार्क्स इन 12th एग्जाम. रादर this curriculum is going to create a very strong base for future exams which you will have to appear for. So as I always say, 12th exam, 12th curriculum, 12th subject, आपको जी जान से मेहनत करनी है, बहुत अच्छा खासा राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस करना है, ताकि आपका बेस स्ट्रॉन्ग बने, आप कॉन्सेप्चुअली बहुत क्लियर बने. और ये जो बेस है, जो फाउंडेशन है, सम एवरीबॉडी राइटली सेज, एक बिल्डिंग की ताकत उसके बेस में रहती है. सिमिलरली एक इंसान के करियर की ताकत उसके बेस पे रहती है, और आपका कॉमर्स का बेस है आपका 11th and 12th, और in that case also 12th is a very critical year. So as I always say, 12th is important not just from your 12th percentage perspective, but more importantly is a base for your bright future. And second point I would certainly like to hammer on, आपको 12th के बाद और 12th के साथ साथ और 12th के बाद ग्रेजुएशन के अलावा कोई ना कोई एक अच्छा प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन का साथ लेना ही पड़ेगा। आपके पास ऑप्शन नहीं है, आपके पास लग्जरी नहीं है, आपको कंपलसरी लेना पड़ेगा, ताकि अगले 5-6 साल के बाद आप काबिल बनो, फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंट बनो और एक ऐसी क्वालिफिकेशन आपके हाथ में आ जाए जिसका सपोर्ट लेके आप अगले 30-35-40 साल तक अच्छा खासा पैसा कमाओ, अच्छा खासा लाइफस्टाइल जियो और आपके समाज में और आपके फैमिली में आप एक रिस्पेक्टेबल पर्सन की तरह उभर के आओ। अभी चेतन सर से भी डिस्कस हुआ, पूजा मैडम से हुआ, काफी मैनेजमेंट टीम से भी डिस्कस हुआ, बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स हमें ऐसे मिले, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे आए कि सर हमें सीए करना है, लेकिन हमें वो नहीं पता कि हम 12th के साथ करें कि 12th के बाद करें, इज दिस द राइट टाइम टू डू सीए और वी शुड वेट फॉर द एग्जाम ऑफ 12th टू गेट कंप्लीटेड एंड देन वी शुड स्टार्ट डूइंग सीए। हम थोड़ा कंफ्यूज्ड है। The only answer to this question is don't get confused. We have answer to all the problems. We are coming out with a very beautiful option for you. Up to 31st of July, today is 11th of July. अप टू यानी अगले 19-20 दिन तक हम आपको सीए के कुछ लेक्चर्स, कुछ चैप्टर्स विदाउट एनी फीस जस्ट एज अ डेमो दिखाएंगे। आइडिया बहुत सिंपल है, आप वो चैप्टर्स को देखिए, सुनिए, लेक्चर्स देखिए, स्टडी मटेरियल देखिए और खुद जज करिए। डोंट गो बाय आवर जजमेंट। आप खुद जज करिए कि आप वो मैनेज कर पाएंगे या नहीं कर पाएंगे, आपको डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है कि आपको मैनेजेबल लग रहा है। लेकिन मैं बेस्ड ऑन, एवन चेतन सर भी एग्री करेंगे इस चीज से, चेतन सर सालों से मैनेज कर रहे हैं। बेस्ड ऑन माय एक्सपीरियंस आई वुड टेल यू द वे वी टीच यू सीए फाउंडेशन अलोंग विद एसवाईजेसी अप टू योर एसवाईजेसी एग्जाम, इट्स अ वेरी यूनिक। यहाँ पे हमारा पूरा फोकस बहुत अलग रहता है। हम आपको जरा भी बर्डन नहीं देंगे, अननेसेसरी लोड नहीं डालेंगे, सिर्फ वो ही चैप्टर, वो ही कॉन्सेप्ट, वो ही सब्जेक्ट जो आपके 12th के साथ साथ कोइंसाइड हो रहे हैं। मीनिंग सबको पता है सीए फाउंडेशन एग्जाम क्या है, 11th का सिलेबस, आपका 12th का सिलेबस और थोड़ा बहुत एक्स्ट्रा, मतलब का सीए फाउंडेशन बन गया। आई रिपीट, व्हाट इज सीए फाउंडेशन करिकुलम? योर एंटायर एफवाईजेसी, SYJC and a little bit more than that. This makes your CA foundation. So हम आपके SYJC के साथ साथ सिर्फ वही चैप्टर्स या सब्जेक्ट लेंगे जो आपके 12th या SYJC में कोइंसाइड होते हैं। मतलब जो जो चैप्टर आपके 12th की करिकुलम में है, 12th की बुक्स में है, वही चैप्टर, वही सब्जेक्ट हम आपको फाउंडेशन में भी पढ़ाएंगे। फायदा क्या है? सबसे पहला फायदा, आपको एक्स्ट्रा कोई लोड नहीं होगा। क्यों? क्योंकि आप वही कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ रहे हो जो आप 12th में पढ़ रहे हो। आपको 12th में एनीवेज पढ़ना है, थोड़ा बहुत एक्स्ट्रा आपको पढ़ा देंगे तो साथ साथ में आपका हो जाए। और इससे भी बड़ा दूसरा फायदा जो शायद आप विजुअलाइज नहीं कर पाएंगे, बट हम हमारे एक्सपीरियंस के ऊपर बोल रहे हैं। देखो, छोटा सा एग्जांपल लो एनपीओ का, तो छोटा सा एग्जांपल आपको लूं फाइनल अकाउंट का। फाइनल अकाउंट समझो कि आपका एक लेवल तक 12th में आता है और उससे थोड़ा 20-25% ऐड करके आपका सीए फाउंडेशन का फाइनल अकाउंट बनता है। तो हम आपको 12th के अंदर ही वो 12th का फाइनल अकाउंट और तो 20-25% एक्स्ट्रा सीए फाउंडेशन का वो फाइनल अकाउंट पूरा पढ़ा देंगे। आपको फायदा ये है कि जब आप 12th की एक्चुअल एग्जाम देंगे और आपके सामने पेपर आएगा, वो पेपर में पूरा क्वेश्चन पेपर आपको एकदम इजी लगेगा। पेपर इजी नहीं होगा, माइंड माय वर्ड्स, पेपर इजी नहीं होगा, आपको पेपर इजी लगेगा, क्योंकि आपने हर एक चैप्टर 12th की डिफिकल्टी लेवल से 20-25% एक्स्ट्रा लेवल ऊपर जाके पढ़ा है, समझा है और राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस करी है। So not only we are going to cover up the chapters of 12th, but this is also going to be a great advantage for you for your SYGC exam as well. So keeping all these points in mind, आप जरा भी कंफ्यूज मत होइए। 15-20 दिन तक का 31 जुलाई तक का डेमो देखिए, लेक्चर्स देखिए। आई एम वेरी श्योर, आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट कि आपको जरा भी लोड भी नहीं आएगा और हंसते खेलते बातों बातों में आपका सीए फाउंडेशन का काफी सिलेबस निकल भी जाएगा, ताकि जब सीए फाउंडेशन प्रिपरेशन आएगी वो टाइम पे भी आपको लोड नहीं रहेगा। सो आई एडवाइज ये 20-25 दिन जो 20 दिन का जो प्रोग्राम है उसमें जाइए, वीडियो देखिए, एंड आई अश्योर यू कि ये सीए करिकुलम और सीए डिग्री के साथ जो आपका करियर बनेगा वो एब्सोल्यूट रिसेशन फ्री है और ऑन अ लाइटर नोट कोरोना फ्री भी है। सो आप इसका एडवांटेज ले सकते हैं एंड यू कैन टेक अ कॉल। बट फ्रेंड्स, एज आई ऑलवेज से, 12th is a most critical year. I would say it's a turning point of your life. Whether whatsoever decision you take, but please avoid taking a wrong decision, because wrong decision can land you up somewhere from where you can never come back. So सोच समझ के decision लीजिए, and the way we are teaching you, you can easily achieve whatever you dream of. With our support, you can easily aspire to become a chartered accountant. Chetan sir, anything to add from your side? So much of experience of having handled thousands of 11th and 12th students. He of course knows the pulse of SYJC students and parents. Sir, please.
So rightly you said, sir, he, as I made this statement also, you don't try to take right decision. Take the decision and prove that your decision was right. So what exactly Ashish sir has said, please try to think over it. And you know that our CA Foundation batches are also started. We also started CA Foundation lectures along with your 12th standard. So think about it and take wise decision. Thanks a lot. Yes,
और सर
Pooja.
हमारे जहां तक मेरा अंदाजा है, मोस्टली जितने भी बच्चे फाउंडेशन में हैं, ऑलमोस्ट ये इवन जो रैंकर्स है, उर्वाना, अजय, ईशा, दे आर फ्रॉम ऑल कॉम्बो बैचेस. एम आई करेक्ट?
Right.
इवन जो रैंक
Yes,
आते हैं
yes,
हमारे,
yes,
मोस्टली सभी रैंक भी कॉम्बो बैच से आते हैं.
yes, 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 100%.
काफी एडवांटेज भी है. ठीक है, आई थिंक ओवर टू पूजा मैडम. प्लीज टेक द चार्ज एंड टेक द वेबिनार फर्दर. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you so much, Ashish sir and Chetan sir, for telling us the importance of this exam and what implications it has for our professional lives, for our further educational lives, and in general our lives. Thank you so much, both of you. Thank you. So now that concludes the first part of our webinar, which was why these exams are important. Now let's come to the second part. कि okay, हमने समझ तो लिया कि exam important क्यों है. अब हमको serious बनना भी है. But कुछ problems आ रहे हैं जिसे हम solve नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. So let us address them one by one and solve all these problems. The very first problem that all of us are facing is that ये हमने बहुत commonly सुना है कि मैडम आपके जो ऑनलाइन लेक्चर्स है हम देख रहे हैं, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम अबाउट दैट, पर आपके ऑनलाइन लेक्चर्स देखने के लिए इंटरनेट लगता है, और जब इंटरनेट शुरू होता है तब से हमारा लेक्चर नहीं चालू है, हमारे मैसेजेस भी चालू है, हमारा सोशल मीडिया भी चालू है. तो इसको बैलेंस करे तो करे कैसे? हम लेक्चर देखना भी चाहे तो कुछ ना कुछ डिस्ट्रैक्शन तो आ ही जाता है, तो हम फोकस कैसे करेंगे इस पे? Divya, I'd like you to take this up. I want you to answer this question because I have known you since quite some time. Of course, you were a combo batch student. I've known you since you were in 12th. And I have always known you to be this very bubbly, this, happy-go-lucky kind of person that, okay, my 12th standard is important. My CA foundation is important. Now you're studying for CA Inter. That is also important. But apart from that, even your personal life is important. It is very important for you to actually enjoy your life along with studying for a course like CA. So my question to you is two-pronged. First, how do you manage to curb this use of internet or misuse of internet, that I would say, जो एक internet addiction हो जाता है, उसको curb कैसे किया जाए? ये जो notifications आते हैं, जो social media जो हमें distract करते हैं, how do you tackle that? And second, does studying for 12th boards or a course like CA mean that you do not have a personal life, a social life? What do you do and what do you suggest the students to do? You're on mute.
Yeah. So like you rightly said, that the problem is that the internet, the studies and everything is at the same place. So even if you want to try to concentrate, there are things that are going to pop in between. There's going to be an Instagram notification, a WhatsApp notification to disturb you all the time. And that happens with everybody. Trust me, you be a student, you be a person working in the office, and anybody for that matter, that happens with everybody. So the one way to curb this is that while the time that you're studying, you try to keep all of this away. And like, for example, if you're studying for 2 hours, you make sure a point that you don't use such social media or any other means for at least 2 hours. And then you can obviously use it for a particular point of time, for example 15-20 minutes or 30 minutes, as much as it suits you. And talking about degrees like CA or any other, I think sacrificing your personal life will, end up you in a puddle, because you want to enjoy your life. At the same point of time, you have to do some things that are more important for your career. So what is important is that you have to draw a line that at particular point of time, what is more important, your career or your internet addiction, or your friends. So you have to balance all of these properly. Like for example, I am studying for CA inter. For me, studying 9 to 10 hours is compulsory in a day. So I make sure that if I'm studying for 10 hours, so I also spend some time on WhatsApp or Instagram or games at least for 3 hours. So balancing and drawing the line and knowing what is important for you is really that what students need to learn at this stage of their lives.
Right. So if I put it in a short form, or if I just quickly summarize it, you need to draw a line. First of all, like you rightly said, that, okay, my career is more important. So let me first study everything. And then maybe as a reward, I will have, say, 15 minutes or 20 minutes of time with, social media or messages or something like that. And while they are
Yeah.
studying, would you suggest that all of us have this do not disturb mode on, so that, you don't have
Yeah.
constant notifications? I think that is what you did. You told me also.
Yeah, I have this mode in my phone and my PC, which is the focus mode. So all the notifications, they disappear automatically. All my apps get logged. So that is basically, if you can't control your own addiction, you'll have to ask somebody else to do it for you. So you can ask or maybe you can give your phone to your parents for a few times. That's all that you can do to control this addiction.
Correct. Thank you so much, Divya, for addressing this very crucial problem that I think everyone is facing at SYJC. Thank you so much. Coming to the
Welcome.
next problem that you are facing, or I would say that a very great difficulty that you find is about the timetable given to you, the study plan given to you. तो हमको बहुत सारे मीम्स वगैरह भी इंटरनेट पे देखने मिलते हैं कि जेकेएससी का टाइम टेबल इज सिटिंग इन अ रेस कार, वी आर रेसिंग अहेड एंड स्टूडेंट्स सब पीछे बुलक कार्ट पे बैठे एंड दे आर ट्राइंग टू कैच अप टू अस एंड समथिंग लाइक दैट. सो वी आर सीइंग ऑल दीज मीम्स आल्सो ऑन द इंटरनेट. How you are finding the video lectures, are you able to cope with the timetable? This was a couple of weeks ago, of course, and you said that ma'am, the initial few weeks were difficult, of course, but now I'm able to cope with it, and whatever backlog was there, I'm trying to cover up, and something like that. What, according to you, is the significance of disciplined studies, number one, and number two, has this timetable or the study plan given making any difference to your studies?
Yes, ma'am. So, like you said, the first few weeks when we transitioned to video lectures, I was getting very lazy, just relaxing at home because I'm not traveling to class every day and we're not sitting in that structured environment of a classroom anymore. And the best way to adapt to this situation is through video lectures. So, right now, it's more important than ever to really be self-disciplined and study with dedication and sincerity, because we don't have a teacher monitoring us while we're studying anymore. So we all have our goal. We all know we want to get incredible marks in our paper, which is why you need to adhere to this timetable that's been given to you. This timetable is basically a ready-made study plan that's being prepared by experts in this field. So they know the direction which you should study and the best flow of studying different chapters and subjects. So adhering to this timetable is honestly the most structure we can have right now, and it's definitely going to help you plan your studies much better.
Right. Isha, I want you to say something about this too, if possible.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I would like to say that this setup of viewing online lectures is definitely different from what we all are used to, that is having face-to-face lectures. So initially, even I faced various issues because I could not adjust to these lectures. I would switch on the lectures and then I would spend half the time on my phone because those lectures would bore me to another level. And I'm sure that many of my friends are facing these problems, so I can completely empathize with them. But later I realized, and I feel everyone needs to realize, that this is the only solution to the problem and there is no other way out. So I started sincerely viewing the lectures, and due to the backlog that I had made, I started doing the lectures for more time than the time which was assigned to us in the timetable, because I had to finish doing what I had skipped. So I feel that everyone should do this, and they should also move a step ahead than what they're expected to do. There might be some of the people who are lagging behind, but this should not become an obstacle for them until they themselves wish to view the lectures. Because when you have the will, then you can definitely do it. Some of the people might not have even started viewing the lectures, but as it is said that better late than never, it is important that they start doing the lectures now so that they do not regret it later. Adhering to the timetable is important, because if we do not adhere to the timetable, then the things will keep on stacking up and it will create stress later. So it is important that they study according to how they've asked to be in study, because it has been planned for them in the best possible way.
Right. So if I summarize what you said and what Urvana said, a timetable that is given to you, or a study plan, as I like to call it, helps you navigate through the entire course without you having to plan the entire study, the entire course. And it helps you, it gives you daily targets in a way that, okay, if you finish so much in a day, you are bound to complete your entire syllabus, say by XYZ date. And then you have some time for self-study. And that is what helps you also. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now that we've spoken to Divya, to Isha, to Urvana, let us come to the quintessential Acha Bacha on screen, which is Ajay Nayak. Hello, Ajay.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I like that adjective a lot.
Now, I want to talk to you about the duktiness of all students studying at SYJC, and that is the subject maths. As you already know, that maths is a subject that no matter how good you are at it, it is a kind of a Waterloo subject for almost all students. And it is something that they are also scared of. Even if you know maths, you are somehow scared of it. God knows why. So what did you do to study for a subject like maths? Point number one. And point number two, is this subject important, or does it have any impact as to how you study the subject at SYJC on your CA foundation or any other professional course that you take up?
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, maths. Subject का नाम सुनते ही there are several emotions that start coming into your head. There are basically two types of people who have opted for maths in 11th and 12th. Number one, people who really like maths. Extremely rare cases. And number two, who have just taken maths because they didn't want to take SP. They have a love-hate relationship, etc. But feelings ko baaju mein rakho and let's focus what is the importance of this paper. Friends, each one of you might have set a target for yourself. 80%, 85%, 90%, 95%. But in order to achieve that in HSC examinations, there are majorly only two papers that can help you propel yourself towards this target. Like one is maths and one is accounts. So maths, people basically face two types of problem in maths. Number one, they are not able to understand the concepts. They are not able to remember the formulas. Kuch sums dekhe, like differentiation and integration. People see stars in broad daylight when they start seeing those sums in exam. And number two, people are extremely nervous while writing their exams. जैसे ही पेपर सामने आता है, आंखों के सामने अंधकार छाने लगता है. Your hands start shaking. It's completely normal. Even I faced that when I started solving the maths papers initially. But now let's come to the main point. How we can target and combat these issues. Number one, while you're learning through all these lectures, you have to make sure that all the formulas, whether it be for statistics or it be for differentiation, integration, or any other topic of maths, just cement it into your head. I know it's extremely difficult, and I am the person in the most privileged position right now to say this, but karna padega. For differentiation and integration, I remember the formulas were extremely tough. For the initial 1 month, I was not able to remember the formula. Formula pe formula, wo integration ka aisa mark, oh god. But our professors came up with an easy solution. I was facing problems initially in differentiation. So my professor suggested me that of the 4 main types that were there in the first chapter of differentiation, I solve one question every day for 15 days straight. Only 4 sums every day for 15 days. And you won't believe me, at the end of the 15th day, I was so thorough with the chapter that any sum that was picked up from the past papers or from the textbook itself, I was able to solve it. And even my sir said that कि भले याददाश्त चले जाए, but differentiation तो आज के बाद कभी नहीं भूलेगा. So that was that. You can do this while revising all the subjects for other subjects as well, but predominantly for maths and all the chapters. Like some chapters in statistics, that is probability distribution and your covariance and this regression and correlation. All those topics you can study for in that way. Number 2, while revising, it is important that you identify each type of problem as soon as you see it. This can only be done by regular revision for maths. Once you are able to identify any type of sum, believe me, in exam, as soon as you see a similar type of sum or anything from that chapter, you instantly get that click in your brain and immediately you can solve the sum just by looking at it. This will take time, but you have 8 months in hand, so you can prepare on it. And the last point, writing practice. Friends, whatever I've covered till now, this can help you in building your concepts and in remembering the formulas. But the main thing is writing. When I first started writing papers in JK Shah classes for the entire portion, in the first paper, believe me, as soon as the paper came into my hand, I was thinking whether I could finish it or not, because it was the first time that I was solving the entire portion at once. And initially, this kept happening for 2 examinations. There's that fear. You start thinking, "Arey hoga ki nahi?" Last आधे घंटे में, believe me, you are at the speed of Usain Bolt, just writing down completely. However, so I know maths is a subject that is, not just not some people's cup of tea. But maths as a subject holds importance in your later years as well. If you're going for any of the professional examinations like CA, CS, or CMA, or maybe even for that matter, if you're planning to go for an MBA and you're planning to give the CAT, MHCET, etc., maths is a subject that will be included in all your examinations. And the chapters that you're learning right now, differentiation, integration, correlation, regression, these chapters will keep coming even in your graduation, even in your professional examinations, and even in your entrance examinations. So please focus on the subject. It is not necessary that you must like it, but when you're studying the subjects, do it with dedication and make sure that you're prepared enough for any examination that you're giving, not only 12th, but also your future examinations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ajay, for pointing out the importance that maths as a subject holds in our lives. Thank you so much. Now, apart from maths, you are also studying some theory subjects, which we've come to know that it becomes difficult for you to first sit through those lectures. Those lectures are very boring for you. And second, even if you have survived sitting through that lecture, it is difficult to recollect all the points. So, Urvana, I'd like you to answer this question. How should you study a theory subject, given that you are currently preparing for Inter CA? You have a lot of theory subjects. You are yourself sitting through all those subjects, all those lectures for much longer durations than SYJC students are. So what is your take on how to study a theory subject, and what could a student do to recall all points?
So definitely studying theory subjects at a stretch can be very monotonous. Even now, when I look at all my textbooks piling up on my desk, I want to fall asleep just looking at them, even before opening them. But what I've realized, what helps me stay awake and stay focused while studying this is I don't just read it and sit and read. I like to write down points, important points, while I'm studying the theory subject. So I'm not just idly sitting, and it keeps me more focused. So keep marking things in your textbook as you read them. Keep writing down important points. Either you can create separate notes, or you can write down the points in the textbook itself. Same thing with video lectures. I'll keep pausing them to write down anything important that the professor says. One thing that really helps me remember long answers is all the examples given by professors in video lectures. I think if you learn a big answer with an example, you'll always correlate that answer with that example that was given in class. So note down any small points or examples given by your teachers. Then one simple trick that a lot of professors will also recommend to you is creating mnemonics or code words for remembering a lot of points. So this is like a simple life hack you can use to learn multiple answers, which is also going to be useful because a lot of the times you'll have so many questions that have similar sounding answers. And finally, like Ajay said, for maths, writing practice is also going to go a long way while preparing for theory subject. When you're writing such long answers every day, practicing a few answers every day, you learn them much faster. You'll also be able to retain them for a longer time. And without realizing, you'll end up working on your writing speed, which is so crucial for a theory paper because they can be so lengthy. So those are just some quick points you can use.
So if I summarize, one will be jotting down some pointers while you are viewing those lectures. I mean, just pausing the video and just jotting some points down. And second is constant writing practice. Am I correct?
Yes.
I mean, constant writing practice. I'm so sorry.
Yes, every day.
Every day. All right. And when they are doing that writing practice, would you suggest them that they recall the code word that they have made and then go ahead with it?
Yes, definitely. Your mnemonics, your code words are going to help you write down your answer much faster as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Urvana. Coming to our next question, as Ajay had rightly said, that in an SYJC exam or in any exam ahead also in your professional life, professional course, there are two subjects which are very important. One is maths and one is accounts. Accounts at your level is called bookkeeping, of course. So I want to take up accounts also as a subject. We've already addressed maths. Now let's talk about accounts. And for this, Isha, I'd like you to answer that a subject like accounts or bookkeeping right now at SYJC, how important do you think it is to get your basics right at this point, given the fact that maybe in the future they may take up some professional course, and they'll obviously have that subject ahead also in life right through final CA or any other course that they take up, professional course. That is question number one. And question number two, which is a very common problem across all students, कि मैं बुक कीपिंग करने बैठूं तो मेरा बैलेंस शीट टैली क्यों नहीं होता, मेरा बैलेंस शीट टैली नहीं होता है तो मुझे एंजाइटी अटैक आता है, तो मैं क्या करूं उसका?
So firstly, speaking about the importance of bookkeeping and accountancy as a subject, I would say that for any course that you pursue after 12th, be it CA, CS or CMA, accounts plays a very important role in the field commerce itself, and SYJC and FYJC forms the base for it. So having all your topics having an understanding of all the topics is very important, especially for chapters like final accounts and NPO, which will surely be there in the courses ahead, because they are a very important part when you step outside into the world. So it is very important that you have a clear understanding of all these chapters, and for that, writing practice is of utmost importance, and there is no second doubts about it, because unless you don't solve the sums, you won't be able to understand it in a way that it is required to be understood. So I would say that for bookkeeping and accountancy, it is important that you solve the sums and you just don't read them. You should refer to the board textbook and also the study material, but there are many sums which are repeated, so it is important that you sort out the sums, because otherwise a lot of time will get wasted, and it is important that you do each type of sum at least once. The chances of sums being asked out of the textbook in the board exams is very less. So if you do all the sums which are in the textbook, then you will have an idea of all the type of sums. And once you see the sum, you will be able to recognize the type of sum, and naturally you can even solve it faster. Coming to the balance sheet, I would completely agree that when the balance sheet is not tally, you get anxiety attacks and you feel that it is the biggest failure of your life, because first of all, the balance sheet sums are so long, then you have to give the adjustment effects, and in FYJC and SYJC, we're not even allowed to use the calculator, so you have to calculate so much. So it takes too much time to solve one single sum of the balance sheet. But then even I struggled with this, so finally I decided that there has to be done something about this problem. So I made like a plan sort of thing. I realized that the balance sheet goes wrong either when you don't give the right effects for the adjustments, or you don't write the right amounts, because even if one single number is interchanged, the whole amount goes wrong and then the balance sheet will obviously not tally. So firstly, for the balance sheet to tally, it is important that you give the right effects for each and every adjustment, because when those are correct, then there is a very small chance that your balance sheet does not tally. And lastly, it is important that you copy the amount right from the paper. And once that is done, then you need to do the calculation very carefully, and then your balance sheet will surely tally. And when that tallies, then it will be like you're living the best moment of your life. So this is all that I would like to say about accounts.
Correct. So if in case some balance sheet does not tally, then first I think they should check the calculations, the figures that they have taken. And of course, they have to sit through the lecture. So they have to view the lectures very thoroughly so that they know what adjustments are made for each, what effects are given for each adjustment. Correct?
Right.
Thank you, Isha. Thank you. You also spoke about the government textbook, that, okay, when you are studying from a government textbook and when you see that question again in your paper, you immediately correlated that, okay, this is something I had learned. कभी कभी तो वो पूरा पेज ही खुल जाता है दिमाग में कि okay, मैंने
Yeah. You even remember the tally amount sometimes.
Correct. So just if I digress from that topic for a second, Chetan sir, I would like you to throw some light on this.
Yes.
I want you. I want you to tell us, is it important to stick only to the government, or keeping in mind that we may have to take up a professional course ahead in life, and of course for the 12 boards also, is it important to refer to some other textbook, or is government textbook enough?
Yeah, this is a very important question, because so many students and parents asking me this question ki when importantly when the JKSC notes we will get, because student and parents and always in the market there's a craze of JKSC study material, and even though students those who are non-JKSC, they are doing 12th standard somewhere else, they also try to find out student who is in JKSC and try to take photocopies of the JKSC study material and try to use it, because they know the importance of study material of JKSC. You know that after every periodically, after every 3 or 4 years, Board of Studies always keep on updating government textbooks. So last year, 11th standard new government textbook has come, and this year new 12th standard government textbook they have published. When we started your lectures, online lectures, our first planning is that we will complete your entire government textbook. Once your entire government textbook is over, the next step is we will give you JKSC study material. And believe me, if you go through JKSC study material, you have the experience of your last year 11th standard. At the same time, you have the experience of other students also, those who studied in JKSC. Once you go through JKSC study material, there is no need to touch any other book. Once our JKSC study material is over, we will give you one more book, that is a revision book. And the last is we will give you LMR, that is last minute revision book, for mainly what we can use for theory subjects. So if you try to use all these study materials properly, there is no need to buy anything from the market. Don't buy anything from so many publishers. They may try to contact you. They may give you a big promises that if you follow this, if you use this will help you like this. No need to do anything. Whatever we will give you, that is exhaustive and that is enough for you, and that will help you for scoring maximum in your 12th standard board exam. Yes, Pooja ma'am.
Correct. So government textbook, JKSC material, revision book, and LMR. If a person does these 4 things, they are bound to get extremely good marks at the board exam, and there is no need to refer to anything else. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Now, as you were rightly saying at the beginning of this webinar, you and Ashish sir both actually, that we have something known as a combo batch, where the CA foundation or any other foundation course is taught along with 12th grade. So they have some lectures of 12th and some lectures of CA foundation simultaneously for a few months in their life. Correct? So as you also pointed out that these people also combo batch students, Ajay, I'd like to first talk to you about it. Can you handle, I mean, of course, we know you are you're a very good child, you're a very studious child. As I said, you're the quintessential acha bachcha. But still, if you can just put yourself in the shoes of a normal student, and if you can tell us, is it possible to do 2 courses at a time, number one, and number two, has doing CA foundation along with 12 helped you in your board exam?
Definitely, ma'am. First of all, every child thinks that अभी 12th है, 12th पे ही focus करना है, बाकी कुछ किया तो फिर divert हो जाएगा attention. Believe me, it was not the case. When I started with my foundation combo batch, the chapters and the subjects that were covered in the batch were only those that were there in our 12th standard. That is basically accounts and maths. And secondly, how did they help me during my 12th standard? First of all, as I was referring earlier, differentiation and integration, maha boring chapters, and they have a tendency to scare the student. But when I started with the CA Foundation maths curriculum, all the sirs had given us some certain shortcuts which helped us to obtain answers of some sums in barely 20 to 30 seconds. Now you must be saying that direct answer to likh nahi sakte board exams mein. Nahi likh sakte. But if you already know the answer, you can at least confirm it with what you've done in the examinations. And secondly, अगर question थोड़ा हिल चुका है वो time पे, and if you know the final answers, बीच में से you can use your mind and use the steps that are there in between, and you can recreate them. Secondly, for accounts, there is this very nice chapter called NPO, which I'm sure many of you might hate. But believe me, वो chapter का main problem क्या था? We were not able to understand the entries. Majority of the students were like, ये इधर तो ये इधर, ये उधर तो ये इधर, एग्जाम में जाके सब इधर उधर. But what we did in CA Foundation, we were able to understand the entries exactly. And when we did so, 12th वाला जो actually questions था, it seemed really easy in comparison to CA Foundation. And paper एकदम फटाफट खत्म हो जाता था. And you were able to cross check the results as well. I remember for my maths examinations, everyone came out of the exam halls and was like, paper thoda lengthy tha, ye wala sum thoda tough tha. And I was like, what happened? Because when I entered into the paper hall and got my question paper, I went through all the questions and I was able to recollect. Majority of them were government textbook, almost 95%. Baki ka jo 5% tha, it looked easy to me because I was over prepared for the exam by studying the CA Foundation portion as well. वो 5% भी फटाफट खत्म हो गया. And believe me, I completed my maths paper in 2 hours 15 minutes and did the checking and extra sums as well for the examination. कभी सोच सकते हो पेपर 45 मिनट पहले खत्म होता है, एक बार शक आता है सब कुछ लिखा है कि नहीं. I was cross checking, सब कुछ हो गया ना. And when I did that, extra time भी मिला and I solved the sums too. And maths में 99 आया. So I would say that if you are preparing for CA Foundation when you're in 12th, definitely it helps you in your 12th as well as it gives you a boost ahead of your friends who have not started preparing for foundation.
All right, thank you so much, Ajay, and congratulations for scoring 99 or 100. It's a rare. Isha, do you want to say something about this too?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I would say that studying 12th and foundation together has its own benefits because rightly as Ajay said, it helps you to know your 12 chapters in a much easier way because like the shortcuts which our teachers give us, they help us to solve the sum faster and you know the answers, so you just need to make the steps. And even for subjects like economics, the chapters for foundation and SYJC are same, so it's just a revision, but obviously in foundation it's in a bit of details, but then the main base is same, so it's just like a revision for you and then it becomes very easy and it's just a cakewalk. And for accounts, the chapters are almost similar, but they're just in detail. So you need to pay attention to the additions which have been made in foundation and not the new things, because the old things you already know, your base is clear, you've even appeared for the exam, so you're confident of what you know. And then you just have to learn the new things which have been introduced to you, which are a bit advanced, but I can assure everyone that they are very practical and it's fun to do the new part. So it will never bore you. So I would like to say that it is a very wise decision and a choice to do the combo batch of SYJC and foundation together.
All right. Thank you so much, Isha, for your views. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chetan sir, Ashish sir, do you have anything to add to this?
I just want to add two important points. If you normally see all the students, those who score above 90%, these are only those students who studied CA foundation topics when they were in 12th standard. Like the combo batches, you are in 12th standard, but same 12th topics, you are not studying up to 12th standard, you are studying those topics up to CA foundation level. And what is the benefit whenever you are in the examination hall, as Ashish also pointed out the same point, when you will get your question paper and you will start writing, you will feel that paper is very easy. But my dear friend, paper is not easy. Your preparation level is very high. So that is the benefit of start doing 2 courses studies at a time. And believe me, you will gain the confidence of pursuing further qualifications by scoring maximum in your 12th standard board exam. Yes, Pooja ma'am.
Thank you so much, Chetan sir, for that parting note. With this, students, I hope we have covered all the points that you had in mind. First of all, we have understood what is the significance of the board exam. Right now, this is a crucial year, of course. Apart from that, even in your life ahead, if you take up a profession, what significance does this year have in your life? I hope whatever our rank holders have shared with you is making some difference to you. They have shared their first-hand experience of all the problems that you are also currently facing. And I truly hope that whatever solutions they have given you, you are able to implement them and it helps you in your own studies. With this, students, I hope we take charge of our SYJC, we take charge of our careers, and thank you so much for listening to all of us. Thank you so much, parents. With this, we conclude our webinar. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.